Bezos was hacked, and because of this hack, he actually decided to put out this long Medium post explaining that he had an affair with this woman, Lauren Sanchez, and that the National Enquirer was gonna publish something about it, and they were trying to extort him. Well, now it turns out that we have a little more information about who allegedly hacked him. Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. This is a crazy story. So, according to Fortune, a forensic analysis showed with moderately high confidence that a WhatsApp account used by bin Salman was involved. An analysis had found that the theft of data from Bezos' phone in 2018 started with an infected video file sent from bin Salman's personal account. While a message from the prince to Bezos in mid-2018 that preceded the hack appeared benign, investigators found digital evidence suggesting it contained code that ultimately led to the breach of the billionaire's phone, right? So why would Mohammed bin Salman want to do this, hack into his phone? Well, remember, the Washington Post is owned by Jeff Bezos. The Washington Post also did important coverage on what happened to Jamal Khashoggi, a reporter that worked for the Washington Post and who was murdered because Mohammed bin Salman ordered the murder of Khashoggi. So look, this is a theory. This is the theory for the motive behind what happened to Bezos, but it's just such a fascinating story. And keep in mind that Jared Kushner is using WhatsApp to conduct official business. And that's not a good way to communicate, especially when you know that these vulnerabilities exist. Now, the National Enquirer subsequently disclosed an extramarital affair between Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, a former television anchor, in a series of reports that relied in part on intimate text messages sent by Bezos. Bezos subsequently published an extraordinary blog post accusing the tabloid of threatening to publish more embarrassing text messages and photos unless he publicly affirmed that there was no political motivation or outside force behind the tabloid's coverage. This is all just so fascinating, but what I also find interesting about these types of stories is how happy I am that my life is boring.
Because you don't have to worry about world leaders hacking your phone?
Because I do think about that a lot. I mean, we hold a lot of powerful people accountable. Especially Democrats, corporate Democrats. And so whenever I go on Cuomo and I speak my mind, I do think about whether or not they're gonna try to do Oppo research on me. But what Oppo research would they find? I work and I go home and I play with my dog.
Yeah, all of the craziest things you've ever said, you've said on TV or on the internet, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have to be worried because you've been doxxed and things like that.
Yeah, and taken out of context by Dianne Feinstein's people.
100%. And you've been very critical of other world leaders too. Cenk has too. I mean, when he's traveled internationally, I'm sure that's been on his mind.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. But look at these unsavory people in Saudi Arabia hacking into Jeff Bezos' phone. And I actually think it was smart of him to kind of get ahead of the National Enquirer in airing his dirty laundry for the world to see before they could do it.
I agree.
That was, it's not an easy thing to do. Difficult. And the National Enquirer does have a relationship with Mohammed bin Salman, which is gross.
TYT is all about challenging and disrupting the status quo, and so is Aspiration. Aspiration does not invest your money into fossil fuel businesses that harm our planet, such as pipelines and oil drilling. Instead, you'll be able to fight climate change with tools like AIM, the Aspiration Impact Measurement, and Planet Protection. They also don't hit you with outrageous fees for you to access your own money. You can even earn cash back and get free ATM uses up to 5 times a month. Head to aspiration.com/TYT to learn more. For a limited time, get 30 days of free TYT membership when you sign up.